Hi, hello, welcome to another video. I am going to be talking to you about Herba Mystica and how you can get more Herba Mystica now with the Teal Mask being available. This video is going to be broken into three parts. Number one is which raids you should be doing and what you can be doing to get more Herba Mystica from your raids. Part two is going to be a thing that you guys told me in my last video that I'm going to tell everyone else. How you can get 10 free Herba Mystica. And the last part is going to be a new raid build using a new Pokemon that is available in Kitakami that you can use for 5 and 6-star raids going forward. And of course, before we dive too deep in, I will tell you that there are absolutely no story spoilers for the Teal Mask if you are still playing the game or you haven't picked it up yet. So now, 5-star raids like this one will have an 11% chance on average to drop an Herba Mystica. Now, 6-star raids like this one will have about a 13% chance of dropping Herba Mystica, and you'll get 2 of those a day, one in Paldea and one in Kitakami. But ever since the debut of Scarlet and Violet, there are some raids that have a higher chance of dropping an Herba Mystica, and I'm going to put that graphic that I made on the screen right now. Now, if you watched my last video, you probably saw this graphic. I ran through it real quick and a couple other tips for Scarlet and Violet, so if you haven't checked that one out, please do. There's a bunch of tips that you may or may not have known that got introduced with the 2.0.1 update and the DLC for the Teal Mask. I'll break down what's happening in this graphic so it's a reference for you in the future. All of the yellow backgrounds, all of those raids are the ones in Paldea. They have always had a higher chance of dropping Herba Mystica. Teal ones are the 5 available raids in the Teal Mask that have a higher chance of dropping Herba Mystica. All of these have stars next to them, so the yellow star is these will appear in 5-star raids, and then the pink star is these appear in 6-star raids, and some Pokemon like Amoonguss, Snorlax, Cetitan, Basculegion, and Dondozo, both the 5 and 6-star raids have an increased chance of dropping Herba Mystica more frequently than a Pokemon that is not on this list. So anytime you see a 5 or 6-star Basculegion, you should do it because it will have an increased chance of Herba Mystica. Same for Snorlax, Amoonguss, etc. If you come across a 5-star Palafin, you should absolutely stop what you're doing because that also has an increased chance of Herba Mystica. Now, why is this? It's because all 5-star raids and all 6-star raids have a one slot that the Herba Mystica could drop in. And like I said, 5-star raids is a 11% and 6-star raids is a 13%. These Pokemon listed here in the graphic have 5 different slots of dropping Herba Mystica. So the simple way of breaking this down is if a Pokemon's not on this little handy chart, it will roll 1 Herba Mystica die for you. And if one of these Pokemon on the chart that I made, it will roll 5 of those dice for you, giving you a higher chance of getting Herba Mystica. So always prioritize these Pokemon. Now, another way to possibly get more Herba Mystica or just more items in general is the food in the game. As you can see, this Pinap Berry Candy has a raid power steal of level 1. What that means is anytime you do a steal raid, you will get 1 extra item drop on your loot table. If it's a raid power steal 2, that would be level 2, that would be 2 extra items, and raid power steal 3 would be 3 extra items. It is easy to find level 1 and level 2 raid powers in the restaurants around Paldea or Kitakami. If you want consistent 2 and 3, you're probably going to have to resort to sandwich making. Speaking of making sandwiches and picnics, these 2 guys right here in Kitakami will give you custom chairs to go along with your custom tablecloths that you may or may not have been collecting. And the picnic supply stores are located in 3 different cities, one being Mesagosa, the other being Lavencia, the last one being Cascafara. You don't have to buy the mugs or the cups or the other stuff. You just have to buy the tablecloths. But there is one tablecloth that is hidden behind a minigame. That minigame is the Olive Roll minigame in Cortando. You'll have to complete that minigame in under 2 minutes and 30 seconds to get the last tablecloth. If you get all the tablecloths in the game and you talk to these 2 guys, they will give you 2 Herba Mystica each with a total of 10 free Herba Mystica just by collecting all the tablecloths in the game. You can buy all of them from the stores I just listed, but the last one has to be done with that minigame. There ain't no way. There ain't no way. No, dude. And you can see that I did the minigame multiple times. And so I have a couple tips for you for doing this mini game successfully. Number one is you can actually cut through the center and not go around the outside and use your ride Pokemon, either Miraidon or Koraidon, to pop the olive up onto the ramp to save you a bunch of time. But before you do that, I would recommend going the long way around like 2 or 3 times just so you understand and get used to the ramp physics. I definitely thought that popping the olive up on the ramp to take the shortcut would have a difficulty curve, but that was actually probably the easiest part of the entire mini game. The hard part is just understanding the olive physics going up the ramp and not having the olive fall off. Once you get that down and you're at the final ramp, there are no guardrails to protect you. And so my best advice is to not use your ride Pokemon at all and to just walk the olive up the ramp. You can get the olive to be horizontal and you can stand in the center of it. As long as you push forward, the olive is going to go forward. You can't really slowly push it up because the ramp is a little bit steep. So line it up, go straight on with it, and the olive should go with you. If the olive is any crooked, it's going to roll in that direction. So it actually is worth it to just spend a second or two to just straighten the olive out as you push it up. I failed a bunch of times. Tips are take the long way first to get used to the ramps. Then once you do that, take the shortcut to pop the olive up onto the ramp. That will save you probably 20 to 40 seconds once you get that down. And then just spend the last time focusing on getting the olive straight up the ramp into the basket. There could be weird physics where you can bounce it off the wall with Miraidon or Koraidon. I didn't have a lot of success with that. Once you get all the tablecloths, you come back to the guy in the gray shirt. You tell him that you got all the tablecloths, and he will give you 2 of each Herba Mystica, giving you 10 Herba Mystica completely for free in the DLC. So that's great. And a huge shout out to everyone in my last video who commented that because I had no clue. I did not originally collect the tablecloths prior to this DLC coming out. If you are new to my channel, hi. Hopefully the information I have given you has been helpful. If you've made it this far in the video, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. It really helps out the video. I think 70% of the people who watch my stuff are not subscribed, so just check to see if you're subscribed. It really helps out. And if you are new here, I do raid builds for 6 and 7-star raids to make raids easier for everyone. In this case, there is a mass outbreak event coming to the Teal Mask DLC. That event will run Thursday, September 28th to Sunday, October 1st, and Clefairy will gather in masses. So that's a really cool event coming. This is our first raid outbreak event. It will be for Clefairy, and so to celebrate that, because you guys will probably be getting shiny Clefairies when this event comes, we are going to do a Clefairy build. So Clefairy is a new Pokemon that came with the Teal Mask. Well, not, you know what I mean, not like a new Pokemon, just a returning Pokemon with the Teal Mask. And it's really great for raids. Now you might ask, why aren't we doing Clefable? The reason we're not doing Clefable is because we want to use the item Eviolite. Eviolite will boost Clefairy's defenses, both its special and its physical defense, which will make it bulkier than Clefable. Not only that, we want to take advantage of its ability Friend Guard, which reduces damage dealt to its allies. Since Terra Raid battles are with teammates, Clefairy being on the field will reduce damage to our teammates standing next to us. Clefairy was very popular in Sword and Shield VGC because of the Friend Guard ability and because of the Eviolite on top of its moveset. Well, that was until Zacian showed up, but it's another story. So we are going to give our Clefairy Moonblast, Chilling Water, Life Dew, and Light Screen. So because Clefairy is holding the Eviolite, we can't have it hold the Light Clay. You could give it Reflect and Light Screen, but I think this moveset's a little bit better set up for all situations. So we're going to use Light Screen if the raid boss we're attacking is a special attacker. If it's a physical attacker, we're going to actually use Chilling Water. And then we're going to use Life Dew to heal our teammates. And because we have the Friend Guard ability, our teammates are already going to get a bonus reducing the damage that's incoming to it. So on top of either using Light Screen or Chilling Water, we're really going to minimize the amount of damage coming in and keep our team alive. Moonblast is there to do a little bit of damage, but also Moonblast has a 30% chance of reducing the raid boss's special attack. If we are against a special attacker, we can set up with Light Screen, and then we can use Moonblast and Life Dew in between. If we are a physical attacker, we can actually just focus on Chilling Water and Life Dew, and then use our free turns to use something like the Attack Cheer or the Defense Cheer to help out our team even more. I did a random 6-star Dragapult raid with, your classic Iron Hands and other random Pokemon that isn't really super effective, but just happened to show up. As you can see here, Clefairy's Front Guard with the Light Screen reduced damage across the board. No one fainted. I had plenty of time to Life Dew. So it really ended up being a very smooth raid. And I figured because Clefairy is new and because people might be getting back into raids, if you wanted to also build a support Pokemon to help out your team, I think Clefairy is really great. You can also change some of the moves up. Like I said earlier, you could put Reflect on it if you really want to. You can also use something like Helping Hand. Clefairy does get access to moves like Charm or Fake Tears. Unfortunately, those two moves, Charm and Fake Tears, do not work when the Raid Shield is up. That's why I went with like the Moonblast and the Chilling Water, because you can still reduce the damage. You can still reduce the physical and special attack with these two moves when the Raid Shield is up. Finally, if we want to talk about EVs, we're going to give Clefairy 252 in HP, 156 in defense, and 100 in special defense. Calm Nature, which is attack down, special defense up. Now, I know what you're thinking. Shouldn't it be HP 4, 252 defense, and 252 special defense because of the EV light? And no, that's actually not the case. I'm going to explain why. This is going to be a little technical. Damage calced all of this on top of testing it a couple times in raids to make sure that I was recommending a good Pokemon here. The top build here is the one we're using, 252 HP, 156 defense, 100 special defense, and then the bottom one is the 4 HP, 252 defense, and 252 special defense. A lot of numbers. And I actually put this Clefairy against a level 100 Basculegion, and as you can see, one I am recommending is taking less damage from these moves. The Shadow Ball actually does about 1% more damage. Now, I know 1% doesn't sound like a lot, but that's why we go down to Giga Impact, where a Giga Impact from a Basculegion would be doing 31.6 to 37.5% damage to us. Alternative would be 34 to 40.4% damage to us. So that's about a 3% damage difference. If Basculegion was to Giga Impact us 3 times, that's about a 9 to 10% damage difference, which could result in us fainting. And we don't want that. We want to have, if you're going to use your resources to build a raid Pokemon, I want you to use your resources to build the best version of that raid Pokemon. So that's what we got. 252 HP, 156 defense, and then 100 special defense. We covered the raids you should be doing to get Herba Mystica. We covered that you can get 10 free Herba Mystica from the picnic guy. And then we covered a brand new raid Pokemon because a raid event is coming. So if you go out to hunt the shiny Clefairy next week, as of recording this video, you'll be able to make a great support raid Pokemon that you can use in future raids that is going to help out the whole team. Because even if you mess up, Friend Guard is still going to activate. Your ability is still going to activate and protect your team. And you could probably spam Life Dew and still be a team player. Thanks for watching. If there's a specific Pokemon that came out in the Teal Mask DLC that you would like to see me, that you would like a raid build for, comment that Pokemon down below. I am planning on doing a new raid build video with like 5 or 6 new Pokemon that debuted or that came back in the Teal Mask. So if there's a specific Pokemon you want to see a raid build, that's what you can comment below, and hopefully next week I can have a brand new raid build video with a bunch of different builds that you guys can use for 5 and 6 star raids. So thank you for watching. See you guys next time.